I mean, everybody's talking about it. I think AI is a big one. But true core native AI, not a lot of these wraparound solutions that I think people are building. I think mobility is another. I think if you piggyback AI mobility and then the space we play in, which is downstream impact, truly impacting people's lives, the diminishing marginal cost of what it takes to deliver a healthcare solution today, I think all of these are going to be major market makers. It changes the scale advantages that larger players have had in the past, but it also means that for more disruptive platforms, this is the right time to get into the game. We ourselves are trying to learn everything we can about, what does digital mean in this current day? Because it certainly has changed from what it was 10 years ago. And second, what does healthcare mean today? Because it's different, or it's evolving from what it did 10 years ago. It's still about people, it's still about care, it's still about the wellness and the welfare of those people, but how we deliver those things has fundamentally changed. I think the device industry has changed a lot of it, the telematics industry has changed a lot of it, the diagnostics industry has changed a lot of it, and so for us who are outside playing in the capital space, it's exciting to see which of these we think will grow faster. The rate at which populations are growing, it's going to become increasingly difficult for us to reach every single person. I can only speak for emerging and frontier markets where we do business. We know that there is still a problem with access to healthcare in some of those markets, particularly on the frontier side. And what it took to build and commission a healthcare facility has made it incredibly prohibitive for certain populations to access. And so I think what innovators need to do is to figure out a way to give access to people at the lower parts of the LSM strata, even without pushing up the cost of accessing healthcare. I would say one of the biggest challenges is regulation. I mean, healthcare is an incredibly regulated space, as it should be, but regulation chases innovation, and so because of that, it's very difficult for healthcare regulators in different markets to allow a space for the innovators to play into the market. Here in Dubai, they've got the sandbox, and so they allow for some of those things. You'd be surprised how many countries in the continent that I come from don't have a regulatory sandbox where they can test new ideas that are coming into the marketplace. And so as a consequence, they tend to wait for more developed markets to reach some sort of best practice, and then they say, well, if Europe is doing it, then we'll do it. But as a consequence of that, it means that we're constantly chasing the curve rather than setting the trend ourselves in terms of what we need to do. So the most significant challenge is how do we get the innovators playing in this space who are driven by deep impact in changing people's lives and giving healthcare access to everyday people, to play with the regulators who are also driven by making sure that people aren't taken advantage of, and actually realizing we're all trying to play for the same puck. And if we can get that right, I think that'll be a big changer for us.